Hi folks, hope you're okay. Today we're doing a video series on Ali DAWAH and the Islamic deception, and it's in response to this video.
God bless you! Oh,
Jada!
very ladylike. I thought I was bad.
Jada, what happened to our conversation?
Bye bye, everyone. We'll
Good.
see you next week.
Good. Come on, man, what happened?
Breathing, and I'm too busy now, man.
Come on, man. Come on.
We love you all too. Mwah. God bless you.
Jada!
Jesus forever.
Jada! Jada!
So now we're going on to the final part of jihad in the Quran. In Surah 9, 1922, jihad is greater than other services and of the highest rank in the sight of God. Surah 9, 1922. Surah 9, 25, 26, fighting in the battle of Hunain in January 31st, 630. Surah 9, 28, forbid the pagans to enter the Kaaba. O ye who believe, truly the pagans are unclean, so let them not after the years of their approach the sacred mosque. Surah 9, 29, 31, fight against Jews and Christians until they are subdued, because God curses on them. Fight those who believe not in God, nor the last day, nor hold that forbidden which hath been forbidden by God and his apostle, nor acknowledge the religion of truth. Even if they are of the people of the book, until they pay the jizas with willing submission and feel themselves subdued. The Jews call Uzza the Son of God, and the Christians call the Christ the Son of God. God curse be upon them, how they are deluded away from the truth. They take their priests and their authorities to be their lords in derogation of God, and they take as their Lord Christ the Son of Mary, yet they are commanded to worship but one God. Surah 9, 38, 39, 41, don't avoid fighting, but fight wherever you have, or otherwise God will punish you with serious punishment. Surah 9, 52, 57, Muslims can expect the martyrdom and paradise or victory in battle. Unbelievers can expect only punishment from God. Fight hard against them. Surah 9, 81, 96, those who are able but don't want to fight are rejected of God. Surah 9, 111, God gives paradise to those who give Allah all they have to God and slay, or are slain in jihad. Surah 9, 122, not everyone should go to fight, and those who stay are equal to those who go. Surah 9, 123, fight the unbelievers surrounding you. Surah 5, 50, 36, 38, death or torture to those who oppose the apostle. Surah 5, 54, don't befriend Jews or Christians because they are unjust and unreliable. So we have now, that was the Quran. Now we have from the Islamic traditions. From Bukhari, we have in volume 1, 135, Muhammad said, the person who participates in holy battles in Allah's cause and nothing compels him to do so except belief in Allah and his apostle will be recompensed by Allah either with reward or beauty, or will be admitted to paradise if he is killed in the battle as a martyr. Had I not found it difficult for my followers, then I would not remain behind any Saraya army unit going for jihad, and I would have loved to be martyred in Allah's cause and then made alive, and then martyr, and then made alive, and then again martyred in his cause. And you've got volume 4 in Abdullah bin Masud said, I asked Allah's apostle, O Allah's apostle, what is the best deed? He replied, to offer the prayers at their early stated fixed times. I asked, what is next in goodness? He replied, to do good and dutiful parents. I further asked, what is next in goodness? He replied, to participate in jihad in Allah's cause. That's Bukhari 4:41. And 4:44 in Bukhari, a man came to Muhammad and said, instruct me as to such a deed as equals jihad in reward. He replied, I do not find such a deed. Then he added, can you, while the Muslim fighter is in the battlefield, enter your mosque to perform prayers without cease and fast and never break your fast? The man said, but who can do that? So it's on about jihad again. Muhammad said, a single endeavour of fighting in Allah's cause in the forenoon or in the afternoon is better than the world and whatever is in it. So there's just loads and loads of hadiths there about fighting. So having looked at the hadiths there, having looked at the Quran, what I learned from this is that it was supposed to be given in over 20 years. What I see is countless verses that are preparing a people for war. There are some verses that clearly state fighting unbelievers, Christians and Jews. In the general context, it's about people who oppose Islam from a military point of view. But within the mix of that, it's very clear that those who are not military still are to be subdued militarily from Islam's perspective, i.e. the Christians and the Jews, and that comes right at the end of all these texts. So in a very fair scholarly way, what we learn here is that Islam has a very, very strong doctrine of war. And what that means is, if there is a situation where within a nation there is a dispute between Christians and Muslims, or Christians and Hindus, Christians and atheists, or secularism and Islam, and for some reason it becomes a situation of a volatile situation, that Islam gives authority to be able to take up arms, and gives you guidance and help to be violent and to fight, and gives you counsel to fight, gives you counsel how to deal with prisoners of war, that gives you counsel how to have booty for war, so you can have the booty, you can have the women if you capture them. It tells you how to deal with your enemies, cut their heads off. It tells you how to subdue the Christians and the Jews. So just on a without being biased, if Islam is a religion of peace, why would you have all this doctrine and teaching in the Quran on war and how to conduct war? Now, I know that Paul Williams will say, well, Islam teaches about, you can defend, you can fight, and they'll turn it around and say, well, it gives teaching for a just war and to have just war. But if you read the context of these hadiths and surahs, it's very clear that what's happening is Islam started off very small, and so Muhammad had to tell his people to try to work for peace. But as he grows in power, he says, right, we'll have treaties with people, with pagans. But then as he grows in more power, he says, right, we'll forget the treaties, now we'll go straight after them. We'll kill the pagans, we'll kill the Christians, we'll kill the Jews, and we'll go after them all and subdue them all. So bit by bit, the more power he's getting, the more violent the verses are getting.